Hello, and welcome to another episode of Pre-Workout Chat. Today is Saturday, August 3rd, 2024, and this should be part 2 of the Pre-Workout Chat. So, in this episode, we will be doing a quick update on my experience with the HTLT products that I am currently experimenting with. But before we get into that, let me just do just a quick overview of this pre-workout that I recently tried last week. So this is the HTLT Pre-Workout 3.0 Peach Ring flavor. I have to say, in terms of the smell, in terms of the taste, I absolutely love this pre-workout powder. If you guys paid attention in some of my old videos, I started out taking the 6-star, I think Nitro Pop flavor pre-workout. It was okay in terms of the flavor. The effects weren't really it didn't really have high stimulus. Like, it was okay within like the first few weeks of taking it, but pretty much by like month 2 of taking that, it kind of seems like it's worn out and it doesn't really do anything. Just gives you like a little bit of a boost, maybe like that first 5, maybe 15 minutes of the workout. But overall, it was okay. I would say, in terms of a beginner pre-workout, it's perfectly fine. It's available, it's right there, and it's not too extreme like some of the stuff that's out here, like Gorilla Mind or any of that other stuff. So I ran out of that, and then I moved on to a Jocko Nitro Pop flavor. Still sticking with that Nitro Pop flavor because I was enjoying the flavor from the first one. So I tried the Jocko Nitro Pop. It's a very high stimuli pre-workout. The only problem, the taste is absolutely horrible. The smell is horrible. I absolutely do not like that pre-workout, but I will give it its props. If you need something to wake you the heck up, the Jocko Nitro Pop will wake you up. The flavor alone will wake you up. That's for damn sure. If you like high stimulus, the high stimmy type of pre-workouts, Jocko Nitro Pop, that's going to get you where you want to go. I would not say. I have some friends who take some pre-workouts, and I think they said they got some stuff that's a little bit more extreme than the Jocko, but I never went that high in terms of a pre-workout because I don't want my heart to explode. So that is what that is. I am just waiting until I finish the Jocko pre-workout, and then when I order my next pre-workout, is going to be this HTLT pre-workout 3.0, and pretty much all of my supplements will just be coming from the same site. I like to just try to keep things simple, and when I can order everything at once to reduce my shipping and handling, I like that at the end. Now, does that mean that I won't try other pre-workout powders? No. There are some stuff that I've been wanting to try, like for example the Gorilla Mind. I got a friend who's messing around with that, so that's something that I want to try. But that only time will tell. But most definitely, I'm enjoying this peach ring flavor. Now, when it comes to my diet, I try to basically find a more healthy alternative to the stuff that I already enjoy. Now, I really have a big sweet tooth for chocolate, and when I get mad chocolate cravings, and so that's why I like making my protein shakes get as close to milkshakes as possible. So I'll have like a vanilla flavored protein shake, and it'll pretty much come close to tasting like like a vanilla milkshake. I have strawberry flavor, I have chocolate flavor, and I have peanut butter chocolate flavor. And so yeah, I just try to make those taste as close to an actual milkshake or smoothie as possible. That's why I pour stuff like soy milk or almond milk in there, and I put fruit in there, like specifically bananas. Bananas is like one of my key ingredients to making the protein shake really get close to tasting like an actual milkshake. Like one of my current flavors right now is I'll put banana and I'll put a vanilla flavored protein powder in there, and I'll put some soy milk, and it's very good, very good. I highly suggest that you guys try it. I like to put like 3 or 4 cubes of ice in there, and that really carries that consistency that gets really close to that of ice cream. Eventually, I'm going to probably have to replace my blender. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, so that's why I like the peach ring. while I do have a sweet tooth that's really more geared towards chocolate, sometimes I get a little bit of a sweet tooth for like the real fruity candy. Like for example, I'm really big when it comes to like gummy bears and gummy worms and stuff like that. So I like the gummy type of candy. So the peach ring is kind of like a gummy type of candy, and so I like it. So having a pre-workout powder that kind of hits those little flavor tooth, that's something that I like to go for. So I like for my pre-workout powder to smell good. I like for it to taste good. And in terms of the flavor, I like it to be close to a fruity candy like flavor and stuff like that. That really goes a long way for keeping me on my diet and keeping me on the path. So, if you guys are having any issues with your diet and stuff like that, give it a try. Try getting an alternative to what you already like. For example, if you like pizza, maybe a cauliflower crust pizza. Try that out. It's going to be very low in calories, and it's still going to give you that pizza-like taste. And the same thing if you like candy, pre-workout powder. If you like ice cream, protein shakes. Food for thought. Now, anyway, into the supplements. So, why do I take these supplements, right? I made a video before talking about everything that I'm taking. Currently I am taking a men's one a day multivitamin, multi-mineral. I go with that Pro Edge one since it's supposed to be, for athletes and stuff like that. So I take one of those. I also take, I think it's a 250 milligrams of fish oil. Not 200. I think it's 2,500 milligrams of fish oil. I forgot the measurements, but yeah, I take some fish oil, and so yeah, I take the multivitamin, multi-mineral. I take the fish oil, and I take these, right. And these actually, like for example, like this by itself. This has vitamin D3 in it. My multivitamin also has vitamin D3, but it also has like B6 and it also has zinc. So this right here and magnesium. So I mean, it already has like a lot of stuff that I was taking before in their own capsules. And so this right here, this G-Test, this testosterone booster, this right here pretty much had a lot of the other supplements that I was already taking. So this actually kind of saved me money because those are supplements that I was taking separately. But not by that much. It saves me just a little bit of money in terms of like more for the shipping and handling and stuff to the stuff that I was already getting, because it consolidates it. But that's about it, because this here for this supply, this will last me about 2 months, and the stuff that I had before lasted me about 2 months, about 2 to 3 months. It was a little bit over 2 months. So anyway, so why do I take these supplements? Well, let's get the framework right. I am 34 years old. I turned 35 this October. I have been I've been fat. I've been obese for a very long time. I have been trying to lose the weight for about 15 years. Ever since high school. I got real close to my ideal weight. I actually had got down to I think 228 pounds back when I was in high school. I was on the boys varsity swim team. I was actually in the top 5 of my team. So I actually had got pretty good. I even made it to I guess an inner city swim meet. It was at one of the colleges. I think it was at UIC or something like that. So I actually had got pretty high in there. But yeah, in terms of my weight, I got it down to 28. I would say during that time I was my most agile, especially when it came to the water. I was the most fastest. Another time that I got really close was back when I was in Army ROTC. I had not joined the Army. I was inside an officer training program that was part of the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. And there, I would say that's when I was at my strongest. I had actually I went from about 295 pounds down to about 260 pounds or 65 pounds. And that's when I was at my strongest. I was developing a lot of muscle, and it seemed like I could just pretty much just go for days. I even regained the ability to actually do a pull-up. So my first time actually doing a pull-up was back when I was in Army ROTC. So yeah, that's when I was at my strongest, and I would also say my fastest. I actually had got my 2-mile run. I think my best time was I think 16 or 17 minutes, I think was my best time for the 2 mile run, which I think was pretty good for somebody who was like around 270 pounds. I think being able to run 2 miles in about 17 minutes, I think that was pretty good. But anyway, so that's when I was at my best. But then again, I was also young at that time. I'm now older. So once you hit your 30s, it becomes a changing point. So somewhere between 30 and 35, as a man, your testosterone is going to start declining. It'll take like it'll do like a little bit of a spike, and then like every year it's just going to keep spiking down just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. With that loss of testosterone, you lose a little bit of your superpowers. And what are these superpowers? So you have to kind of think. Testosterone, the reason why people take steroids is because steroids imitate testosterone. It's like taking an artificial testosterone, and it can even increase like your production a little bit, but not by much. Like I think for the most part, the testosterone increases the amount of what looks like testosterone in your blood, and that can have repercussions later on because it kind of lets your body know, hey, you don't need to produce any testosterone. So testosterone, by having more and more of it in your body, you can basically get those steroid-like effects. You can push yourself harder when you're in the gym. You can recover faster, and you can do it all over again. You could get stronger. It seems like it's very easy for your body to just develop muscle. It's like it requires very little stimulation for your body to develop muscle. It has so much effects, you know what I'm saying? And you feel more revved up, and when you have all that testosterone flowing, it's going to be hard for that depression to kind of take hold. And so it makes you kind of immune to some of the negativities and stuff like that. So testosterone, it does a lot for you. So by losing that testosterone, you lose those same benefits that it gives you. So that means in terms of recovery, you're going to recover slower. It's going to be harder for you to put on muscle. You're going to have to do more to even lose weight. And that's another thing. When you take all that testosterone and stuff like that, it makes it harder for you to gain fat because all of those resources are getting cannibalized so that it can turn it into muscle. So it's harder for you to get fatter when you're taking testosterone or steroids and stuff like that. So if your testosterone starts to decrease, it's just going to be harder for you to achieve your goals. So the reason why I even talk about building muscle is because really for those 15 years, I hadn't really focused on trying to build muscle. I was always trying to focus on trying to lose weight. I'm trying to make the scale lighter and lighter and lighter every time I stand on it. And I had always been in like a vicious cycle. And that cycle just never ended until really recently, when I was really trying to put in a serious effort to lose the weight, because I started to feel my health decline. Like it was taking longer for wounds to heal. I was feeling pain out of nowhere, and I was feeling sometimes pain in my chest. I was feeling the effects of stuff like high blood pressure, sleep, all type of stuff was going on, and it was starting to really scare me. So this year I decided to really put some effort into losing weight. But then I kind of felt that cycle coming back on again. And so I said, you know what? Why don't I just try to build muscle? And so one of the things I did was I built a home gym. That way I could feel more comfortable. And I just kind of just focused on building muscle. And it was awesome. For the first time in a long time, I was exercising on my own consistently. It wasn't perfect, but I would say anywhere between 1 to 5 times a week, I was doing some type of exercise. So I enjoy building muscle. Building muscle keeps me in the gym. But I am morbidly obese. Currently I weigh around 360 to 363. Before my weight was going up, but then my weight, then it kind of capped off like around 368. And so then my weight started to slowly go back down. And it's because I made some minor tweaks with my diet, which I'll go through in the next video. So that is the premise that I am in, right? So I need to build muscle because that keeps me consistent in the gym, and that's something that I like. But I need to lose weight. So I'm trying to build muscle and lose weight at the same time. I am also turning 35 this year. My natural testosterone production is going to go down on its own. And I've probably been suffering from low testosterone for a while now because of, my obesity. And, it's very common for men of my generation to have, significantly lower testosterone compared to the older generations. So I suspected, because I never really questioned some stuff, that I am probably experiencing low testosterone. That's that kind of good explanation for symptoms like depression, my ability to not really develop muscles the way that I thought that I should have been able to develop them, and some other issues that I had that I really don't want to go into. So that's the framework, right? Years of abusing my body by eating crap, my aging body, and the fact that I need to build muscle so I can stay consistent, but I need to lose weight. So that's the framework. So why do I take these supplements, right? Why do I take G-Test, which is testosterone booster? Why do I take Turk Builder Plus, which is an ecdy steroid? And why do I take GO2 Max? Well, I take them for the purpose of trying to accomplish a goal. I'm already taking stuff like a multivitamin, multi-mineral to cover some of the deficiencies that I might have in my current diet. I take a fish oil for the heart benefits and to help my cardiovascular system. And this already contained a lot of the other vitamins that I were taking before. So this became a consolidation that kind of saved me a little bit of money. So one of my main issues, my biggest issue, is I'm trying to lose weight. So how can I lose weight while creating an environment that's still conducive for muscle growth? Well, that means I still have to consume a certain amount of calories. And that means I can't really go too low because I still have to get in enough protein. So an alternative can be maybe increase the amount of calories that I burn each day to create a bigger caloric deficit. And how do I do that? Well, I do that with GO2 Max. See, GO2 Max helps me work out longer. One of the things that GO2 Max does, I'm just looking on the website, is it increases that VO2 max, which is the maximum oxygen uptake consumed per minute during an exercise. It also does a ventilatory threshold 1, which is a point where the lactic acid production surpasses removal. So GO2 Max basically increases the amount of oxygen that is running through your body, and it reduces that production of that lactic acid. So that's how it enables you to exercise longer. And I will say GO2 Max has been a great supplement. I enjoy this supplement actually over all of the other supplements that I'm taking. You can feel this day one. There really are no side effects from GO2 Max. You can tell when GO2 Max starts working because for me, when I take it in about, like maybe 30 or 40 minutes, I can feel my lungs. It feels like, let's say like I'm in a room with very dry air and I'm inhaling something that has some moisture to it. That's what it kind of feels like when the GO2 Max is active in my system. So the key feature for GO2 Max is I'm using GO2 Max to enable me to do cardio, a steady state, zone 2 cardio. So my heart rate is between 116 beats per minute up to 136 beats per minute. And I'm doing that for as long as possible just to try to increase the amount of calories that I'm burning that day. And that will help give me the caloric deficit that I need to lose the weight. Now, when it comes to building muscle, I need to be able to push myself a little bit more in the gym, and so that's why I take the Turk Builder Plus. This is a ecdy steroid, so it's not a steroid like what you would be thinking. Like it's not SARS or TRT or Tren or anything like that. It's a ecdy steroid. So this actually occurs in nature. This is harvested from plants and everything. And what can I say? I enjoy this supplement because it helps me to push myself a little bit more in the gym. Um, I don't really experience, significant side effects. And that's probably because I take a whole bunch of other supplements that kind of counteract the possible side effects that you may get from Turk Builder. Um, like for example, one of the kind of tested side effects is maybe feeling a little bit agitated, maybe a little bit stressed or something like that. And the side effects of that is kind of counter is countered by some of the benefits of taking G-test, because G-test contains stuff like ashwagandha. Ashwagandha combats the effects of cortisol in your system, so you won't feel like stress or agitation and stuff like that when you are supplementing with something like a ashwagandha. In terms of sleep, I take melatonin gummies, and I don't really have to take them that often. But when they're, let's say I maybe have a workout that lasted too long and it's like late at night, then I'll take some melatonin gummies and that knocks me out. So I don't really get to experience the side effects of Turk Builder Plus. But what I will say is, in terms of recovery, I'm not sure if I even have the scientific process down to be able to evaluate if Turk Builder Plus can give. Excuse me. I don't really have the processes to test whether Turk Builder Plus can help you to recover faster so that you can exercise more. But what I can say for sure, from my experience of taking Turk Builder Plus for a whole month, is that Turk Builder Plus does enable you to push yourself more in the gym. Now you have to kind of be careful with this, because your muscles grow stronger faster than your tendons. Okay, so it takes your tendons, which attaches your muscle to your bone. Those tendons take a little bit longer to strengthen themselves, because your muscles can grow faster, can grow stronger faster. So especially when you take something like a Turk Builder Plus, that's going to enable you to develop your strength faster, because it allows you to push yourself more. So by pushing yourself more, you're creating more and more and more micro tears in your muscle, and those micro tears are getting filled up with new tissue. Therefore, you're building muscles faster, and you're not only are you building muscle faster, but you're building your strength faster. So I'm increasing that plate. I'm increasing the plates on my weights pretty much every week, and because of that, I had jumped a little bit too fast, and I actually almost tore a muscle, because again it was just being I was pushing myself too fast, and pushing myself too hard and too fast. So I had to calm down a bit, and I have to control myself a little bit more. So I will say that Turk Builder Plus, if you're trying to push yourself more, Turk Builder Plus will push yourself more. But in terms of a speedy and fast recovery, I don't really have the scientific process, nor do I have enough control over this experiment to give you adequate data in terms of Turk Builder's ability to increase how fast you can recover from a workout. So keep that in mind if you want to try to take Turk Builder Plus. So Turk Builder Plus, I take it for muscle development. I'm taking it so that I can do what it is that I enjoy doing in the gym. I enjoy seeing my strength increase, and I enjoy the process of building muscle. I enjoy seeing my muscles develop, and seeing that protrude from the unsightliness of the fat. You know what I'm saying? So when I see my body starts to take more of a masculine shape, and I see the muscles shaping up on my body, and I can feel it underneath the fat and stuff like that, it really, really does wonders for my psyche, and it keeps me going. So Turk Builder Plus, I take it because for muscle development and to keep me going. And I will say, at the very least, I would say Turk Builder Plus, because I go by my working weight. I haven't really measured my 1 rep max. So I will say that Turk Builder allowed me to increase my working weight 30% faster than normal. So before I would change the weight like every 2 weeks. Now I started changing the weight like every week, and instead of doing like very small increments of like 2.5 pounds, I started doing increments of like 5 pounds, 10 pounds. So that's pretty cool. I can honestly say that in terms of the results of taking the Turk Builder Plus. Um, but yeah, I can't really measure the recovery, because before I even took stuff like Turk Builder Plus, I was taking a whole bunch of supplements, and it actually got to a point as I started getting used to working out, and my recovery rate actually had improved on its own. Like I remember before, it would take me days to recover. Then I started making tweaks to my training routine, and I started getting used to everything. And then I started to be able to do a lot of work and recover relatively fast. So again, I don't have the means to really measure the recovery rate when it comes to Turk Builder Plus. So I just have to be honest with you guys when I'm giving the reviews of these supplements. And I also have to put it out there, I am not sponsored by the Harder Than Last Time supplement brands. Um, I am a fan of Coach Greg. I enjoy his videos. He has a wonderful message, and I enjoy the content that he puts out. But I'm not employed by him. I'm not. I don't make any money and stuff off of this, and I buy all of this with my own money to give my own honest reviews. So just keep that in mind. Now, we've already run over GO2 Max. I take GO2 Max to create a bigger caloric deficit so that I can lose weight faster. I take Turk Builder Plus to help push myself more in the gym, which is enabling me to develop my strength and my in terms of like building more muscle about 30% faster compared to how I was before. Now, you still have to create, if you're trying to build muscle, you have to still create an environment that's conducive for building muscle. And so to create an environment that's conducive for building muscle, well, number one, you have to be consuming enough calories, right? Generally speaking, usually people, when they'll be bulking, they're trying to put on muscle, and they'll eat at a caloric surplus. And then when people are cutting, they'll reduce their calories and they'll eat at a caloric deficit to lose the fat. Now, there is a way for you to get kind of close to being able to do both at the same time, but it varies. So for me, I need to be consuming about somewhere between 1,800 to 2,300 calories. That's like a good zone for me to be able to build muscle, and basically, not be so messed up. But if I go less than 2,000 calories, then my recovery rate is going to be more delayed. And this is what I've experienced from, this is my own personal experience, having gone at this for like the last 3 months. So for me, 2,000 calories ensures that I can recover fast enough, and that I am supplying my body with the adequate amount of nutrients and protein needed for my muscle development. So 2,000 calories is where I try to keep my diet at. Another thing that's going to be conducive for an environment is having more testosterone. Now, it's very hard to increase your testosterone naturally. Like, the number one thing that you can do to increase your testosterone naturally is, of course, to work out, eat a healthy diet, get in enough protein, and try to reduce the stress. These are going to naturally boost your testosterone on their own. However, the alternative is taking a testosterone replacement or taking steroids. So those are your options when it comes to increasing your testosterone. So what I do is I take G-Test. So G-Test is my way of creating an environment that's conducive for my goals. G-Test, it contains zinc, magnesium, it contains ashwagandha, and black pepper. It has a whole host of other natural ingredients. And some people will look at this and go like, well, it's not going to do a significant amount of testosterone production. In fact, there are medical studies out there where they test testosterone boosters, not necessarily G-Test, but they have tested other testosterone boosters, some of which contain some of the same ingredients as G-Test. And they have seen that these testosterone boosters don't necessarily have that much impact. It does produce a small amount of difference when it comes to testosterone booster, but primarily the testosterone boosters, how it really increases your testosterone production is that it lowers the effects of cortisol on your body. Now, cortisol is a stress hormone, so these ingredients in G-test will help you to reduce cortisol and the effect of cortisol on your body. And now cortisol can also mess with your muscle production. So by basically, decreasing cortisol, blocking cortisol, or overall just reducing some of the after effects of cortisol in your body, that's what G-test ultimately does. And to me, that's a win. When I took G-test, I did notice, like I would say, the effects kind of kicked in after a few days of taking G-test. I noticed that I noticed myself being more calmer. I would say like after about 2 weeks of this stuff, I noticed myself not really stressing over things. Like for example, when my phone got messed up, I really wasn't so hyper focused on it. I kind of just ignored it and didn't really pay attention to it. That's why I didn't even. It took about a week for me to get this thing fixed. And when I end up having to pay way more than what I wanted to pay, it still didn't really hit me psychologically, and that's because I feel mostly from me doing, working out and building, building muscle, from me working out, from me doing cardio, from me eating better, from all that stuff, and a little bit from the G-test, I feel that my testosterone production has increased, and so some of the negative effects like depression, like me just not wanting to do things and stuff like that, a lot of that stuff has suddenly started to really go away. And you know what? I can't really tell because I was having issues with my insurance. I had meant to do a test to show you guys what my testosterone was like before taking G-test. Actually, before even doing my entire workout program, I was trying to get blood work done before, but I had issues, and I just didn't want to focus on it no more, and so I just said skip it. But what I will say is, after taking G-test, I now understand I have been suffering from low testosterone, and G-test made it painfully evident after taking this. Like for example, I'm trying to actually go see a Nick DiPaolo show sometime this week. He's actually in Jacksonville. So I would like to go see that show. This is the first time in history that I actually wanted to leave my house. So that should let you guys know that there was some stuff that was going on, and I actually want to travel more. Like I really am starting to actually fill out an application so that I can get a passport. Stuff that I thought about doing when I was young as a child. Like I really wanted to travel, and now I feel the urge to do it after taking G-test. So again, from a combination from, I would say, 90% of my testosterone production, well, maybe 75%, 75 to 90% of my testosterone production, increased production, has come from me doing the right thing and working out. And I would say, maybe 10 to 25% maybe coming from the G-test. And is the G-test boosting my testosterone production? Most likely it's not producing testosterone, but it's creating factors that enable me to optimize the testosterone that I already have or that I'm already producing. So it enables me to optimize my own natural production of testosterone. So I think G-test does what it's meant to do. Optimize your natural testosterone production and utilization by decreasing the effects of cortisol on your body. I think that's good. I would be very weary of taking any product that is supposed to force your body to produce more testosterone. I would be very weary of that because that can mess you up in the long run. So that's why I feel G-test is very safe to take. I feel like it does what it's supposed to do. But most importantly, I feel G-test creates an internal environment that is conducive for me to hit my goals. And so that's why I'm taking these products. But anyway, that is all that I have in terms of an update. I can overall say these products do what they're supposed to do. There is no arguing when it comes to GO2 Max. GO2 Max does what it's supposed to do. You will be able to work out longer. I've actually ran into a problem when it came to me trying to work out longer. Basically, I started feeling like pain in my knees and pain in the bottom of my feet. So my body cannot even handle me working out longer. But I can do it. But I can basically, force myself to work out longer thanks to GO2 Max, and it's pretty much effortless. Like I barely even notice when I go over my workouts. And when I'm taking this, if I take this while trying to also take Turk Builder because I'm about to like lift weights, like I said, I hardly notice when the clock says I've been working out for an hour and 30 minutes. GO2 Max, overall, this is like my favorite. I would take GO2 Max over everything else. Believe it or not, I do like Turk Builder Plus, but I feel like GO2 Max is awesome. There really can be no questions about whether this should be like banned by WADA or anything like that. GO2 Max is great. I love GO2 Max. Turk Builder Plus. Now this potentially could end up getting banned by WADA. I'm not gonna lie. Again, I will say I have increased my strength. I feel my muscles getting a whole lot bigger. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I've done at least 30% more, if not more. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really have the tools to measure my muscle mass density, so I can't really give you a proper study to show you how much muscle that I've built while taking Turk Builder Plus. But what I will say is, at first I was thinking that I'll just do the experiment with Turk Builder Plus and G-Test and GO2 Max. I thought that I'll just do it for about 6 months. But what I'm deciding is I think I'm just going to carry it on for the year, because I'm really interested in seeing what my performance is going to be like at the end of this. I'm just real curious. If I take the Turk Builder Plus for a year, and I'm taking the G-Test for a year, and I'm taking GO2 Max for a year, I'm wondering, can I go beyond? Like, in terms of my weight loss, I'm trying to get to like 280 in a year. But I'm wondering if I could get down to potentially like 250, maybe 240 in a year. Like that would be I think if I can get over 280, I think that will show the effectiveness of these products. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to extend it and just see how it goes. Now, there's going to come a point in time where I'm going to have to cycle off of the G-Test and the Turk Builder Plus. You can't be taking these supplements for a prolonged amount of time if you want them to remain effective. So there's going to come a point in time where I'm going to have to get off of these and basically take about like maybe 2 weeks to a month off and then get back on them again. So that's going to eventually happen. I think for me, let's see. Let me check my calendar. I haven't marked on my calendar when I'm supposed to cycle off. Okay, so September 16th is when I cycle off of G-Test and Turk Builder Plus. So September 16th, I'll be taking a break from these supplements. I don't know how long I'm going to do it. I know I have to do it for a minimum of, let's see. So basically, about at least a minimum of 2 weeks is when I have to cycle off this stuff. For the Turk Builder Plus, you don't have to cycle off of the Turk Builder Plus, but I'm just going to cycle off of the Turk Builder Plus just because, you know what I'm saying? Because, Turk Builder Plus is a ecty steroid, though it is not the steroid that you're thinking about. It's not as anabolic as something like Tren. However, it's still an ecty steroid. So I kind of think something like a Turk Builder Plus that you need to give this a few weeks off just to let your system kind of like bounce back and then get back on it. That's just my personal thing. If it's supposed to have steroid-like effects, and some of the negative effects are similar to that of steroids, though not as intense or not as detrimental, I'll treat if something I'm taking gives me something like that, then I'm going to treat it like you would a steroid, which is you cycle on and then you cycle off, you cycle on and then you cycle off. So that's something that I will do with that. But thumbs up for these supplements. They do what they need to do, and I'm enjoying them so far. So I have no problems with them. Again, if there are side effects, the supplements that I'm taking counteract those side effects. So I don't have any issues. They're doing what they're supposed to do. So everything is just really coming down to on me. I still need to do some things to, get my diet and stuff where it needs to be and get a little bit more focused and dedicated to what it is that I'm doing. But anyway, that's all I have for today. This video went a little bit longer than I intended. I actually ended up having some video issues, and so my video kept stopping, and I had to keep redoing it. And I'm gonna have to paste this portion with the portion that I did earlier, so the video is gonna be a little bit longer than I wanted. But anyway, it is what it is. So that's the update on my harder than last time supplements. Yeah. So that's the update. I'll catch you guys next time, and remember, stay on the path.